Welcome to the Metal Mixtape Podcast and Q&A Medford and around the world. We have the one, the only, Matt Miller!
What's happening, guys? How you doing?
Good. Great, man, dude. So stoked to talk to you again, man. So much to talk about. Some of the fans out here that, no surprise to have you on. We've had you on the most out of any guest out of over 300 views, man. And 300 interviews, and for very good reason, is that you're badass. You're always progressing in music. Anytime we have a conversation, it's always different. It's always good news, and you're always just pushing the limits, man. So it's really awesome to always talk to you, and just you be such a huge inspiration to a lot of musicians out there.
Well, thanks for having me, dude. I always like talking to you guys. And like you said, it's always a good conversation, so always look forward to it. So thank you.
Dude, of course, dude. So, a lot of people here on the Metal Mixtape and people that know you in Oregon know, dude, you're an absolute shredder, absolute powerhouse. You're always recording your own albums. You're doing, like, cover compilation albums. You toured the U.S., but recently, dude, you toured Europe, which might have been absolutely mind-blowing. So, dude, so tell me, Matt, when you get the call that you're going to be, or the email or text that you're going to be doing a run in Europe, what is the things they told you to how to prepare, and how did you mentally prepare in your head? Because you're playing shows over there. I'm guessing you only could probably bring a guitar and a pedal. Like, what was the whole preparation? How did you even prepare for a show like that?
Well, like most tours, they work on months before they're announced. So the initial feeling I had was I was like, okay, right on, kind of shocked, like this is cool. And the best way I could prepare for that was just to practice and make sure that I had all my ducks in a row and ready to do the job. And this tour was pretty intense for me. I played 2 sets every night, and then I was possessed guitar tech too, so I was really, really busy. I didn't really have a chance to stop moving around and rest, but it was hellacious, man, and it was an awesome experience. I'm looking forward to going back, and it's a whole other world. I mean, not literally, but figuratively, and it's metal's alive and well over there, and I got to see a lot of cool stuff. And so I guess to answer the question, prepare was just like getting in the mindset of like, okay, this is business. I'm lucky to be doing this, so we're going to go, right out of full speed, man.
So why do you have to play 2 sets a night?
I played my own instrumental set, and then I played in a deathcore band, Stoic Suffering, that was there. John Rivera, nice guy, awesome vocalist, and a great songwriter. He had hired me, Josh from Cyborg Octopus, who's filled in for Something to Lick, and on the Inferior run, and then James Frazier from I Am Bedlam, and he played in Archaic for a bit too. So we actually flew to Reno for 5 days before we flew to Frankfurt to start the tour, and we rehearsed down in Reno, and that was pretty cool.
That is awesome, dude. That's got to be pretty mind-blowing, dude. Like, you handle stress pretty good, man. To be able to do a tour, like playing your own music, having to make sure like all your tops are all ducks lined in a row, and then you got to go play with another band. You must have just grinded for hours to get those sets done.
Oh yeah, and I practice all the time, so my own music is just kind of like keeping up on it. But I'm happy to say that I've got a full band now, and so it was really cool. Morale was high, and we rehearsed, and unfortunately, and for a while we were all going to go, but I could only bring one person with me, and it was Jordan. He's also an awesome drummer, and he was the drum tech for Possessed, so he was right along in the trenches with me, and it was really cool, meeting all those dudes and stuff. But so, pretty much we had X amount of time to prepare for the deathcore stuff, and it was really cool to play in a band with such great musicians, good people, and with doing it the modern way. We played to both sets, my own and the Stoic Suffering stuff. We used in-ear monitors, we had backing tracks going, so it was cool to play in that type of environment where it was really gratifying to just kind of step up for me anyway to like the next level of incorporating and integrating all that type of technology and stuff. So that was really cool, and it was a great learning experience.
So, dude, like, you have, like, you know, you have a specific tone to your shred and all that. Did you basically just use, like, the equipment that you were playing with the other band there and, like, how did that work? Because I believe with all the pictures, I only saw you bring in a guitar. How did that work as far as, like, you having your equipment to play your solo stuff and then play with the band?
Well, I am lucky enough to be an artist who singing brought guitars. Yeah, I have my own signature model, and the first time I ever played it was the first day of the tour in Bucharest. And so I did bring a 6-string guitar with me. I just brought a 7-string V. And the amp that I used for my own stuff was a Paul Lander fly rig, a 1021, like a Sans amp kind of a deal, with a little pedal board and a little Mixar noise gate. And we went direct anyway, so that was really slick. But it quit working at a certain point in time. And Dan from Possessed, his Kemper pedal board quit working, so we were kind of using each other's gear. And we rented a back line too. So it was really cool because those guys were Possessed guys, Claudius too. I used Claudius's amp, I think, for almost the entire tour, except for like 4 shows that I used to answer it. And he used some of my stuff too. It was really cool because once Dan got his Kemper back, he was going to take me with him to the Kemper factory. We didn't have enough time because we were running late. But Dan went and he got his pedal board fixed. He was so nice. He gave me the tube screamer that he bought. He was using it. Yes, he was using that behind a 6505 Plus. So that was cool. So I used my amp stuff. I used Dan's and I used Claudius's, and it was really it sounded really great there, which is awesome. So, you know, super simple. And then for the Smoke Sufferings set, John Rivera has specific tones that he wanted to use, so we just ran a neural plug-in through the laptop. So that was really cool to have 2 distinct tones, 2 separate entities. It was really, really, really cool.
Jeez, that is all like next level stuff. Jeez, you gotta do triple duty, man. 2 sets and then go guitar tech for Possessed. So were you told before you went on tour that you were gonna be like you guys were gonna be teching the drums and the guitar?
Oh yeah, we do. The promoter from Flaming Arts asked me if I was interested. I said absolutely, and then he needed a drum tech, and I thought, hey, who better than Jordan? Not only is he an awesome drummer, but he knows his stuff. So and he was real helpful for me too, just all around, and we kind of helped each other every time we needed somebody. So it was really cool.
That's awesome. Was that nerve-wracking at all, having to like work with somebody else's equipment? Because I'm sure Claudius or like anybody probably likes their instruments a certain way. Like how was that? Tell me like your feelings the very first night of doing 2 sets. So tell me your first show that you did in Europe where you had to do 2 sets and then do the teching. Like what was going through your mind? Were you nervous, or you just went, okay, Matt, knock this out?
Yeah, pretty much like any sort of apprehension that I had, I got over before we even got there. Like when we were in the airplane flying nowhere, I was like, okay, it's time to go to work. This is business, you know. Whatever they have in front of me that I need to deal with, or whatever needs they need met to make sure that they're successful, that's part of the job. So, you know, I just pretty much just took pictures, asked questions, and listened. And I was a little nervous. Like I said, my signature model guitar, I had never even played it. I spent like 10 minutes with it and like went on stage in Bucharest with that guitar, and it just was a home run. I mean, it was great. I was lucky enough to play that brand of guitars at NAMM. Last year in the summer, that summer in LA or Anaheim, LA, whatever, and great guitars. And so I played that thing, man. When we got off stage, it's like, all right. So I was relieved that the instruments were such a high quality, but it was nerve-wracking, man. But you know, it's just like any other job. You got to do what you got to do. And Dan and Claudius were super, super nice, and they took the time to explain things to me, so I understood. And they were always receptive to me asking them questions, even if it was the same one more than once. And they were really nice guys, and all the Possessed crew was that way. Everybody on the tour was really cool, and you know, they actually cared, you know, that I was comfortable, you know, making sure that they were going to be their best. It was like a big team thing. It was like a big family, man. It was really cool.
Dude, absolutely. That is so rad. I saw some of the pictures online about everybody like being in a bus together, like getting chauffeured together and all that.
Yeah.
So when you got like in Europe in another country, did like the tour manager tell everybody that everybody's riding together to like do all these shows and all these stops, or how was that whole experience?
Well, we knew what the transportation accommodations were going to be before we left. So all that stuff's like, all, signed, sealed, delivered. We were able to choose what our back line was going to be. We had, what did we bring? We brought, this is for everybody to use, but everybody brought their own stuff as well. We had 2 different drum sets, 4 different amp heads, 2 full stacks, an 810 amp big bass cabinet, and then Claudia's part his Kemper rig. Dan had a Kemper rig, but he was using the power amp through the effects loop of the 6505 Plus. Stoic suffering stuff was all neural plugins in a laptop. My stuff was just, super simple. So it was a lot of gear, but it wasn't unmanageable though. But all those details are worked out before you leave. So literally, it's like, and there's always going to be variables and plans change and shit happens. So it's just kind of like you just got to go with the flow and you use what you got, man. And as long as you got a good attitude and keep working and put your head down, it'll be a positive experience.
That is awesome, dude. So obviously then this is like your first time playing in Europe. How did you enjoy the crowds every time you went out there and played? Like, how was the response and how would you compare the crowds in Europe to the U.S.?
Well, I think over in Europe, a lot of bands, obviously, there's a lot more touring over there. I think, there's bands in the U.S. that tour constantly, so I could be wrong, but from just like my perspective, it's like there's so much more like music over there, like especially metal, and so there's tours all the time. There's people always coming through, and they really appreciate it. And some of the countries that we went to, they don't always have tours that go through them. But I would say the crowds were awesome. And a lot of times, like, people were just like, whoa, because they didn't expect that, in Jordan and I's case, some 2 guys go up there just, do really cool stuff. And they're just like, wow. And there's a language barrier, of course, but I think people can feel your emotions. So if you watch, there's videos on YouTube of us playing, and this is so separate from everybody's stuff. And you can see that even though there's a language barrier, people are still, able to feel the emotion and the vibe of everything. And it's really, really cool. People are super kind, super courteous. They really value music and metal over there. So all the crowds are just fantastic.
Do you have a favorite fan experience that you had over there with somebody that came up to you after a show that, like, maybe a compliment or something they said really hit you in the feels?
Yeah, like, let's see, there was a couple, like, in Germany. One was in Munich, we played a festival in Munich, and then one was in Weinheim, outside of Frankfurt before we went to Alcatraz, and that was the last show of the tour. And, just people being like, you inspired me to keep playing guitar, and, it was just, like, really cool to hear people say that what I was playing, like, mattered to them, and that was cool to be a part of, like, somebody's, like, learning process and stuff like that.
That is so cool.
That's heavy, man.
That is so rad, man. I bet you just, like, after you're done with the show, it's just, like, it just makes, already being over there makes it all worth it, but just hearing that just in a different country, just, people that have never seen it before, it's probably just meant the whole world.
Touching on that, on that personal life, too,
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, the world's a big place, man, and it's full of, all sorts of musicians and artists and stuff, and somebody to recognize me was really, really cool. And there were other people that had come up to me like, oh, I heard your music before you came over here because, you check out who is coming on tour. And I gotta say, the Possessed fans are rabid. Like, those guys, like, their fans are hardcore old schoolers, awesome crowd. It's killer. And to get the respect and the appreciation from those people where necessarily what I was doing wasn't in the same vein as Possessed, but they liked it anyway. It was still really, really cool. And to earn their respect in the old school crowd was awesome. And there was a couple of times where we went and played different shows, and there were people from other places we had played in other countries, so that was really cool too. And to see the same faces in other, when we played in Germany or, in Italy, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, wait a minute, I saw that dude in Germany, and then you see him again in Switzerland or, frickin' Belgium or whatever. It's really cool.
Which country or city has the craziest crowd, do you think?
Oh, that's tough. Man, let me think. Crazy is just intense. I'd say Poland.
Poland? Those Polish are pretty hardcore.
Dude, we played in Poznan and Krakow, and lucky enough to be there, man. And it's a very solemn place. People are extremely kind. They're courteous. was saying it was an intense one for sure.
Dude, that is insane, dude. Yeah, I love Claudius, dude. I got a stay the night at his house when he was living in California. And that guy is so rad, dude. He's such a gentleman and so humble. You know what I mean? And also he doesn't act like a rock star.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? Like we went over to his house and he cooked for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, but you know what I did though, just to be 100% respectful. I mean, I probably could have asked, but I literally asked him nothing about his music career.
Right.
Because I was over there and I was like, you know what? He invited me over to hang out and have some beers, so I'm not gonna ask a thing.
Right.
You know, but he did.
Awesome.
Yeah, but he did show me a bunch of pictures with him and famous people in his den. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah. You know, and that's cool. And I mean, that guy's living the dream. It's well deserved. He's somebody that deserves it, man. He's a great person and he's a great freaking guitar player. And I think my favorite time hanging out with Claudius would be like in the morning, in the early afternoon, when everybody else is still asleep. He'd be down in the galley there in the bus and just sitting there drinking coffee on his phone. And I think some of the coolest times are just sitting down there shooting shit with him. Just hanging out, talking music, and just talking about life. And I'm totally grateful for him letting me use his amp. And like during sound checks and stuff, we just go out there and shred. Like it was cool. Like when the SMU sound checks, we would just be him and I and him and Dan or Bob, everybody just like taking turns shredding, man.
Oh, you should have recorded some of that.
There's video. Bobby's got video of that out there somewhere. Like we were playing some Slayer tunes, and then like there was like a band dropped off in Weinheim, so we were gonna play a set of covers, so we couldn't get it together. But like we talked about playing like some dance songs and some Slayer tunes and this and that, and he was just like jamming and having a good time. We didn't do it, but unfortunately, I was really looking forward to it. But getting to jam with them and during sound checks and stuff, and like going on those big stages and stuff and checking their guitars and then be like, shred it up, dude, and put out there playing some faces and stuff. It was pretty cool, man. So totally grateful to all those guys, and they're all great people.
That is super rad, dude. I definitely going to ask you more music questions. Just a random question. Were you since you were? I mean, I love food. So if I was in Europe, I know I'd be like, oh, where are we eating? Or what are we eating? Were you pretty excited about like having some dinner and lunch over there? And also like, and also what was something you ate over there that you've never eaten?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not much of a drinker or a partier, but I like to eat. And so like instead of partying, just have like a nice meal. But we had catering, and most of the time we showed up too late to get much of it because Jordan and I had responsibilities to get the stage set up, to get the gear working, to get everything rolling. But everybody really was stuff, and we're super grateful for that. But at any rate, we had a lot of sandwiches, and in the writer it said that there should be no fast food. So, food in Greece was great. When we played Athens, it was awesome. Like awesome food. The Italian food in Italy, Jordan and I went and got some lunch at Cafe in Italy next to a cathedral where Stradivarius used to make his violins. Great Italian food. Had some real coffee. Had kebab for the first time, and they didn't really have like much Chinese food or Mexican food over there, unfortunately. So most of the their version of like Mexican or Chinese food is like Middle Eastern food or Indian food is real popular. And I don't really care for Indian food, but Middle Eastern food was fantastic. Like Lebanese food was good. But at the show, we had catering, and a lot of it was just like cold cuts, like so much cheese and so much this, so much that. But we got really good local cuisine most of the time for dinner and before the doors opened. And it was really, really good. We had some really good schnitzel at the hotel. Jeff bought everybody dinner in Schaffenburg, Germany. That was nice of him, and that was great schnitzel. Let's see what else was good. We went to England, and we got fried fish. We did the real fish and chips thing, and unfortunately, it wasn't that great, but it was good to at least try it. And we had better fish market, and to try that stuff too. And like we had the bigger mash, breakfast going across it on the ferry, all this kind of stuff. And it was really good. But I said the best places that had the best food were Switzerland. I had the best hamburger I ever had in my life.
Whoa, that's a big word.
Yes. No, dude, trust me, I've eaten a lot of hamburgers. And after we played at Alcatraz, we went to Brussels, Belgium for a couple of days because it was cheaper to fly home on a Monday than it was by like $700, $800 than to fly back to Portland on the weekend. And so we all got COVID, like we had COVID when it was all over. And I remember going to this Hobbit hotel in Belgium, and they had like the best breakfast that I've ever had. And it was good stuff. I can go on about food, but I'd say the funniest thing was when we went to Aschaffenburg, it was our day off, and we wanted to get something to eat, go downtown to the town and look around. And we went in our room, Jordan and I, and they had these candies on the bed. Like they were just like candies, like the gummy bears. Well, they were cheap, and I ate the whole package, even they're like melatonin gummies, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I was just like drooling on myself.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, and I'm like, dude, I feel really weird. I feel really fucked up. And then I went to the swimming pool, and I tried to swim around, and I was like floating around on my back, just like like stretched out, trying to, just relax. And I got up and I'm like, dude, I'm super dizzy. So I went upstairs, and Jordan's like, hey man, did you eat those candies? I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I don't feel so good. And he like passed out for like 6 hours.
Oh, and so you guys had melatonin candy without knowing it was melatonin?
Yeah.
That is like the biggest communication barrier mistake. Like what you can make in another country.
Do not eat stuff that you do not know what it is. And we had food poisoning too the first. So we flew to Frankfurt, then we flew to Bucharest the same day. Like it took us 36 hours to get to Romania, traveling. So we got to Romania and we had a day off, but we had dinner. John was coming up to buy Jordan and I dinner the night before the show. And we both got food poisoning really bad. And it was nasty. I didn't sleep that night at all. I was like puking up like brown stuff. It was nasty.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was brutal. I didn't sleep all night. I was just super like, this is not a good way to like start this tour. It was extremely hot and humid in a foreign land. And it was just, but anyway, we powered on through it. Once we got through the Balkans, because we played in Bucharest, and we went to Thessaloniki, Greece. Then we went to Athens, Greece. Then we went to Sofia, Bulgaria. And we had problems with the bus, and somebody got crushed, this and that. And then we played at a festival in Zagreb, Croatia. And that whole area used to be like Yugoslavia back in the 80s and stuff. And then when it fell apart, like people that used to get along for whatever ethnic reasons or religious reasons didn't like each other anymore. So it was like a war zone in the 90s, like Bosnia and all that kind of stuff. So like going through the borders was pretty intense a few times because they were, not so, they were extremely, it was just really a cold feeling, man. Like, we'd be all lined up sitting out there going, I wonder, hope we'll make it. And of course we did. And Thomas, the tour manager, is a great guy, and, he handled everything like a pro. But it was pretty interesting coming through there. So once we got to Italy, man, it was like a whole other world. So if you ever have a chance to go to Southeastern Europe, bring your camera because it's crazy.
Oh, I bet. Well, I'm going to Germany next year. Me and my girlfriend are going for 10 days.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna go do the whole festival thing, back walking, Hellfest, all that good stuff, dude. What was your favorite show like that had like the biggest crowd? Because you did say you played some festivals. What was like the most like biggest nerve-wracking show that you were like, oh man, Matt, like Jordan, let's put our A game. It's gonna be crazy, dude. What was like the biggest show for you guys on that tour?
Well, they were all big, dude, because just that vibe of like, here we go, let's do this, pedal to the metal, bring it on. Like that was every day. So they were all like that for us, for me anyway, because that's just how how my mind works. I guess is that every time I play, it's like, okay, it's time to go above and beyond. But I'd say the most nerve-wracking one was definitely the first show. Definitely the first, because like I said, I was sick, Jordan was sick, didn't sleep all night, new guitar, never played before. We don't even know, like, all these people that don't know yet. You know what I mean? It's like the pressure of like, making sure that the headliner's happy and, we're doing our job. So that was a lot the first show. We're using gear, in a foreign country that, we've never used before. Is everything going to work? That kind of stuff. So the first show was definitely the biggest, in my opinion, for a lot of reasons, in my opinion.
I bet halfway through, though, it was just kind of like jelly. It was just like, all right, we're doing it again.
It's just like, it's hang on because I didn't really have a chance to like sit down and like take anything in. It was more like go because I literally get done playing, turn around, play again, have 45 minutes to make sure that, you know, the guys that hired me are happy with how everything's going to go for them. And then it was like I was sitting by the stage the whole time changing guitar strings or tuning guitars or getting batteries or getting people up water or you needed a beer or, you know, stuff like that. So it was like, you know, we didn't stop moving.
Dude, that is just crazy, man. That is so gnarly. So, dude, how was it seeing like Possessed every night? Like, especially like towards the end of the tour, where like you already know how they're gonna play. Like, did you ever like kind of like maybe like the first show you saw them, you're like, all right, I hope I tuned their gear right. I hope I tuned their strings. Like, I bet like when like they got off stage, I bet you and Jordan felt like pretty relieved that like, all right, everything worked out.
Well, we knew, like, and they were such good guys that, like, they had really helped us set us up for success. And so, like, every night it wasn't like, oh, fuck, we made it. There were a couple of times where, like, you know, people would be aggressive with the whammy bar, and I'm sitting there going, okay. You know, like, why do you gotta do that?
Why do you gotta do that?
So, you know, I'm like, you know, it's like reading the eyes in the NFL, the quarterback, you know, waits, like, you know, trying to figure out where he's gonna throw the ball. You know what I mean? Like whack-a-mole. You're like, all right, dude. So does that thing, you know? But we were quick, man. And the last show was Alcatraz. Claudius had bought some strings in like Poland or something, or Czechoslovakia or somewhere over there, and they weren't name brand strings. And I'm like, dude, are you sure you want me to put these on your guitar? He's like, well, you know, they are new. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I'll change the strings. So I changed the strings. And I'm like, dude, and I even sent him a Facebook message saying, hey, man, because they had gone to the beat. I'm like, dude, I don't know if you want to like roll the dice on these, but whatever. So I like found a package that was less corroded, and then put those, changed them again, tuned it up, and yeah, I think it was the first song he broke a string, or no, like the third song he broke a string. I was like, I'm surprised he lasted that long. So got his other guitar, changed the strings on that guitar. Like 4 songs go by, he breaks another string. Good thing I changed the strings on the one that he just gave me. Gave that one back to him. So like the last show, I gave him his guitars back and forth maybe 3 times.
God, that's got, man.
That sounds stressful.
Yeah, you're like the Alcatraz too. I mean, they've got like thousands of people in front of them. They're like,
wait.
You know, they want that.
So we pulled some videos of Possessed on Alcatraz and strings breaking. We could see you walking on stage and giving it to him.
Oh yeah, you can see him walking towards me too, like meet him in the middle. And there's videos of us on the main stage whacking Jordan and I. I mean, we got to check their guitars and check the drums and jam with them and stuff. So it was really cool, man. So like it was a good time.
Dude, that is super rad. How was it going over there and checking out like a lot of the major festivals? Was it everything you thought it was going to be?
It was different. It was a lot different. And whacking or Vakken, or whatever you want to say, whacking. You know, they usually had like 80,000 people there. I think this year there was only 60 because it was so muddy that they were like,
they had to turn away, I think, 26,000 people.
Right. So, you know, and it was huge, man. And you cannot see everything all in a day. It's like a village. And, you know, we were only there for 10 hours, man. And we, you know, pulled up the stage for Barney's, and once the ride was over, we were on to the next town, man. And it's great, dude. You know, saw a lot of, like, you know, musicians you recognize, talked to quite a few people. It was really, really cool. And I think, you know, I'd say, like, getting to meet Ross Dolan from Immolation, that was really cool. Super cool dude. Nice guys. All those guys are. And it was awesome to see them play. Unleash, Hypocrisy. I got to see Hypocrisy with Pull and Rock in, or no, that was in Stonehenge in Holland. So that was cool. Getting to see Autopsy. Got to see Saxon in Italy. We had a day off there before the festival. And I was really lucky, man. But I'd say the coolest, one of the coolest things we saw was me and Bobby from Possessed. Bobby, we went out to the front of the stage when Immolation was playing just to see how massive it sounded, dude. And it was just like, wow. Like, you could see, like, I'm surprised, like, the dirt on the ground wasn't just, like, shaking. That was really cool to me, like, hardcore to get back through the fence and crawl around their side. And anyway, yeah, it was interesting. But, so I'd say getting to be on the stage when Meshuggah played, because Possessed played right after them. Was that at Wacken? Yeah, was it? I don't remember. I think he was either there, or no, it was Brutal Assault, and that festival was freaking awesome too. Like, I'd say that my favorite one was Brutal Assault because you're in this like fortress in Czechoslovakia, dude, and there's like you're in like a castle in like a compound in this courtyard, and it's awesome. And there's like 4 stages, food vendors. It's like I said, it's a village, man, and it was really really cool.
Dude, that is incredible, dude. How did you and Jordan feel like on the tail end of the tour? Like maybe your last show was it kind of like, oh man, like bittersweet kind of, like we kind of wish we could just keep doing this. Like what were the vibes like heading into the last show and after, and how were the vibes afterwards?
Well, that's interesting. Like a good question too. Like like when you're in the middle of it, dude, it's just go, 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 go. But as you start like coming down the other side of the mountain, if you will, like the downhill, like there's less shows to go, it starts to hit you that this is going to be over. And it's kind of sad. It is sad because it's like you're used to like having a purpose like that, and especially doing something you love to do and being a part of it, man. Like I get kind of sad. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's a downer, man. It's kind of depressing. It's like, oh man, it's like I'm doing what I want to do with my life right now, and it's been one hell of a ride. And now I got to go back to like the mundane stuff. But like it's because you make friendships with people, and like hopefully you see them again. Then you get used to seeing people every day, and and just the camaraderie and the badassery of it all. And then when you start, there's like in this line too, like this tour, like it was just like flying the whole time. I just go, 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 because I didn't really have a chance to do anything other than like just be either on the stage or making sure everything else was ready to go. And if we weren't on the stage, we were putting stuff away. Like I was only sleeping probably 5 hours a day. And I would, yeah, dude, like that's what I'm saying. I could see Claudius down in the galley in the morning drinking coffee and be like, hey man, what's up? We just sit there and bullshit. Everybody hang out after the shows and listen to Dio and drink some whiskey, and it's good times, man. And so when all that comes to a screeching halt, it's over real fast. And it's a downer for sure. But that's what keeps you coming back is just that that vibe and that momentum and that just all those awesome feelings. And when you get home and it's quiet, and we had COVID, so we were sick, and it can bring you down, man. There's like a whole thing about it, but you just got to keep stay busy, keep moving forward, keep the momentum going, and keep pushing on, dude.
Do you guys have like a tour ending dinner or like lunch, or just kind of like get together with everybody?
Well, we were lucky that every day was like that.
Oh, okay.
Every day was cool. We all hung out together. There was an open door policy with, like you have to be up. You go upstairs in the lounge. You have to be up there, talking, telling stories, and those are really cool to hear too. And Jeff's an awesome guy, and he'd tell you all sorts of cool stuff and stuff about the past. And just like he had a lot of information, and everybody they were just like all regular dudes, and we all had a good time and just hung out together. So we were always talking shit or or having a good time and laughing. It was awesome.
Dude, I saw a video on Instagram, you on Jeff's bus, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So how was that, man? I'm not gonna lie, you looked a little baked.
A little what?
You looked a little high.
Probably, dude.
I was like, I saw it pan over to you, and I was like, dude, you look like you're just in heaven, dude, or in hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, we were lucky enough to be on the bus with him.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, like it was like an open door policy. And yeah, man, we would go up there and talk. I think we were talking about like Beatles songs. And then we started listening to some Speedway. And then Jeff was telling a funny story. Then Bobby would tell you a funny story about something. And then we just sit there and laugh and have a good time and just it was just really cool, dude. Just really, really cool just to get to experience that, man.
Did you get any like advice from anybody out there that like really hit you in the gut while you were on tour?
Oh, I'm sure I did. Like I said, man, like we didn't really have a moment to stop and think.
Yeah.
And like a lot of times, I'm sure I did, and I'm, as I get older, like I'm better listening to people's advice, and especially people that know what the hell they're talking about. And, just learning through osmosis. And a lot of it was, so I'm always observing and, you know, keeping an eye on stuff.
That is so awesome, dude. Super happy for you, dude, and the successful tour that you had, man. I know you're just going to keep working hard. You're going to keep bringing it, dude. You got some big surprises for next year?
Oh, yeah. I've got, like I said, I got a full band. And it's awesome to be playing with those dudes, with Jordan, of course, Justice, and Josh. And I've been sitting on a new album, dude. It's been done for, I don't know, 6 months now. And, you know, when we were in Europe, Jordan and I were talking, and just from the crowd response, and, you know, people were like, oh, it's awesome music, but it'd be cool if they had vocals. So this next LP that's coming out is going to have vocals on it.
Dude, I'm so excited, dude. And all the, John, Jordan, and Justice, those are all like my brothers, dude. And I've had, you know, I've stayed the night at Justice's parents' house before. Justice and all them have stayed the night at my house. All great guys, dude. And I just couldn't be happier for them to be playing music with you, man. It's just all my friends doing what they love and just reaching the stars, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, dude. It means a lot, man. I mean, I know what it's like not to have people to play with, and to have competent people is everything. And I'm totally grateful for all the hard work those guys have done. You know, it's not easy stuff to play. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's not the easiest either. And you know, and we practice consistently. Everybody works on stuff on their own time, and we just finished a track that's going to be the single from the new album. And we're getting the storyboards together to shoot a video for it, do it right. And, yeah, man, so hopefully the deadline for that record's the 21st of January. So, and hopefully we'll be out probably spring of next year. I got a power metal record that's almost done. Just need the vocals to be finished on that. Jordan's going to do the drums on that. There's some other collaborative stuff I've done and did some guest solos on some stuff. And, yeah, I've had some near misses on joining some pretty big bands, and hopefully I'll get a call back on some of this stuff, so I'm always working on something, dude.
That is awesome. Matt, it's such a pleasure to have you on the show, dude. You just, you know, I was telling Josh that I'm not surprised when you do all these things, because, you know, it's your fruits of your labor, you know what I mean? You're working your tail off, and I remember when you first started doing videos by yourself, you first bought your green screen. I mean, like, kind of, you know, you arranged your room. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
that was a sheet from Amazon with some lights from Home Depot.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, man, whatever it takes, dude. Yeah, I didn't know that you need LED lights and you can see the shit reflected. You know, I didn't know any of this stuff. So it's just, you know, just like everybody else, dude, I'm learning as I go. That's just like everybody else, dude.
I love it, Matt. Matt, thank you so much for being on the Metal Mixtape, dude. It's always such a pleasure. Definitely want to have you again later this year.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna end the interview playing your song, Sacred Geometry. Any final words or shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to those dudes in Ohio. They're having a new record coming out. I've heard some of it. It's gonna be killer. Shout out to my buddies James, Josh, John, Tomas, the Possessed guys, Jordan, Justice, and the other Josh. All my friends out there, you guys, I appreciate everything you've done to support me and all of us, and you know, nothing but mutual love and respect. And I hope that everybody continues to work hard and push forward, because we all watch each other, and so I see other people doing cool stuff. Makes me want to do cool stuff too.
Dude, amen, dude. Everybody around the world in Ashland, we had just got done talking to Mr. Matt Miller. Tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I'll be free. I will be free. The latest this interview will be up will be Saturday on YouTube, but I'm hoping to get it up tomorrow for anybody who missed the interview. Matt, excited to talk, schedule another interview in the future when your album comes out. And
For sure, dude.
And I'm just super proud of you, man, and just thank you so much for being on the show.
Hey, thank you for having me, you guys. Hope you have a great night. I got two more shout-outs. One of my buddies, Tony from Turbulence. What's up, man? And my son Aiden in the United States Marine Corps. So you guys have an
Hoorah! Yeah. Right, it's hoorah, right? That's for Marines?
Hoorah, yep.
Hoorah! Yep, I love America, dude. This is my favorite country in the whole world.
Me too. I've been around a little bit, and I tell you what, dude, that's one thing we all agreed upon was how awesome where we live is.
Oh, Oh yeah, no, I've been, you know, I feel like people take it for granted. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, well it's nice when the water's clean. Nobody's trying to kill you. Well, normally anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, a little fluoride won't hurt you. You know?
Exactly.
All right, Matt. Thank you so much for being on the radio, the Metal Mixtape. Here.